When we get a new utensil that's electric, usually it needs to go to the mikveh if it's used to warm up water or to heat up food, and etc. What about if it has two parts in it and it could be taken apart one from the other? Let's say you have the water warmer that is connected to an electric device and you really use them together in order to warm up the water. Do you need to dip both parts in the mikveh or just the part that holds the water? We found the machloket. Moshe Feinstein holds that that part is considered a different keli from the place that holds the water, and therefore it's enough to use just the place that holds the water in the mikveh, and the electric part doesn't need to go in the mikveh. But Moshe Feinstein also holds even more than that. Even the wire itself, in a place that it's connected and you can't disconnect, that you have to dip the whole thing in the mikveh, that wire doesn't need to go in the mikveh because it's called bet hastarim. It's considered something that's over here hidden halachically. There's such a thing that since both are different utensils, that part that's hidden inside is not considered a chatzitza, is not considered something that would not be making the Tvilat valid, and therefore Moshe holds that you only dip the higher part, the part that holds the water, without the electric part. In a case, again, that they are taken apart, if there are one utensil, like a water urn, of course you have to dip the whole thing. Secondly, Moshe says that even in a place that you have, let's say, a water urn that has a wire that connects to the outlet, that itself doesn't need to be dipped in the mikveh. That place that it connects to the water urn is not a chatzitza because it's bet hastarim, and since these are two different utensils or two different parts, the water urn and the plug, you don't need to dip that plug, that wire at all. But many poskim argue on Moshe on those 2 points. First of all, Rav Eliashiv, Chelkat Yaakov, the Minchat Yitzchak all say that you need to dip the electric part as well. Although you can take them apart one from the other, you need to dip the electric part as well because it's considered one utensil. This is the way it's used. That's the way you'll have to dip it. But they're saying even more than that. They're saying that even the electric wire you have to dip because it's considered part of that keli. We don't look at it as separate thing from the keli itself, and therefore both have to be dipped in the mikveh. And that's the only way to use it. If one doesn't want to dip it in the mikveh because he's afraid it's going to get ruined, which usually doesn't happen if you dip it and you let it dry for a few days, it's usually okay afterwards. But sometimes it could get ruined. Or if you have something that really is very sensitive, it has digital elements in it, so you don't want to dip it, the only way to get away with it is either by taking it apart to the point that you need to have a professional putting it back together. That's what Rav Eliashiv says. You give it to a Jew, he puts it back together. It's considered like it was done by a Jew and he doesn't need dipping in the mikveh. Or the best way is, according to many poskim, sell it to a goy, and after you sell it to a goy, you ask him to use it. It's considered a keli of a goy, and then it doesn't need dipping. Some poskim, like the Mishnah Berurah, the Shach, and more, say that you can only use it for 30 days, but not more. But many poskim, like Ben Ish Chai, like the Sdei Chemed, and so on, the Minchat Yitzchak, say that it's fine to use it afterwards, all the time, as much as you want, as long as you want, since it's a keli of a goy, and therefore you can use it without any hesitation.